Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Mike and T. What up, T?
Howdy, sir.
How are you?
I am okie dokie, I suppose.
Doing all right?
Yeah.
So lucky to have Travis Bully here today. Hey, Trav.
Hello.
He's in the building, just kind of reconfiguring the studio, making
In the
sure.
flesh.
A-Train made a mess of this place.
Yeah.
Did he? Yeah. See what happens when you're
It
not
sounded fantastic.
here? Yeah. Didn't it sound good?
It sounded great. Yep.
Dude, I was laughing so hard at the pictures of you in the airport with double laptops open, monitoring what was going on in the studio.
I was listening on the airplane during pushback, and they're like, sir, you have to turn that off. I'm like, okay. I'm just over in the corner.
Really?
Yeah. Listening.
I love how you take it so seriously, and it means a lot to you. You take great pride in that. It's a testament to your character, sir, and it doesn't go.
It seems like it
unnoticed
went
here.
well. So
Yeah, I think it did. I think the discussion did. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it. Some people said "fuck Massey." Some people said "I forgive him."
Yeah.
It's a mixed bag. I knew it would be.
we don't have to get. I. What else could he have said
Yeah,
at that point in
Yeah.
time and
Yeah.
moving forward?
About what I expected.
Yep, exactly. So good for him.
well, it was interesting because he sent me a story today, and about and I'll read it coming up a little later about the Ukraine and Russia battle and kind of the inner battle about countries signing on with the EU. It's a whole thing. It's a horrible story, right up our monsters alley, unfortunately. But it's a horrific story about a Russian soldier talking to his mother on the phone and describing all the atrocities that he's been a part of, and she's like, "Oh my God, that's awesome." It's just
Good for you, son.
It's madness, the raping and the torture that's going on that this guy's admitting to,
Yeah.
with his mom. But he said something interesting in one of his texts, Massey did, about, this is the danger with declaring people Nazis, right?
Mhm.
They think they're justified in this action because, hey, they're taking out Ukrainian Nazis. And they're not. You've delegated them to less than human. It's like,
The irony is not lost
touche.
on me.
The irony is not lost on anyone in this room. And I
Yeah.
said, this rhetoric at this heightened, when you're calling someone treasonous, Nazi, you're dehumanizing them.
Yep.
So whether you agree with them politically or not, that's where you run into like, hey, I'm just doing God's work here. I'm taking out the bad guys.
Yep. Right.
When it's like, it's a little more than that. But
Yep.
anyway, we'll get to that story coming up in a little bit. It will horrify you. I'm sure we'll discuss it with Jenny when she's here next.
Yep.
But we've had another school shooting go off, and this is as close to Newtown, Connecticut as you're going to get.
Right. Yeah.
This is a school, an elementary school in Texas.
Yeah.
Caters to, elementary school, I think of first grade through sixth grade. That's what I experienced.
Yeah. Well, I was fifth, but yeah.
Was it fifth? Okay, yeah. Mine was 1 through 6. I think kindergartners even went to a different place if you went to kindergarten.
Yeah.
This is for second, third, and fourth graders.
Okay.
So you're talking about 7, 8, and 9-year-olds. 14 of them murdered in cold blood today, and a teacher.
Unbelievable.
I think there's 4 more in critical condition. It's in Uvalde, Texas. So yeah, I mean the story's breaking now, so it's not like we can give great comment on it.
No.
I'd be shocked if we don't find out that, oh wow, this guy's had a horrific past. 18-year-old kid who's a high school senior at Uvalde High School in Texas, went to the elementary school. Sounds like he murdered his grandma. I mean, this is exactly what happened,
The Newtown.
in Newtown.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like murdered grandma or murdered his mom. I guess, or
right.
Mom or grandma. And then, it sounds like he had a long rifle and a pistol and just went on a rampage.
Just awful.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And you got to think those kids are just screwed
Yeah.
I mean, how do you recover from that? From that age, like you don't have any perspective on the reality of the world.
No.
To actually put that in its proper place. Like it's still so rare. It's hardly it's hard to even quantify how rare a school shooting is. I know that sounds crazy, but that's the reality.
Overall.
But tell that to a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old that just saw their fellow students get murdered and had to walk through that. You can only imagine what that crime scene would be like.
In all honesty, I mean, being that young might give them a better chance in some ways,
I
as
don't
opposed
know,
to like
man.
the high school, middle school. When you're really processing,
Yeah.
like I don't know, maybe not. I could be totally off base, but I feel like they might have at least. I mean, they're still fucked all the way around, but
Right.
they may have a better chance because of the age to be able to work through it, figure it out,
Compartmentalize
yeah,
it.
and be able to somehow move on.
I don't know. I got to think that any room those kids go into for the rest of their lives, they're going to be thinking about,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like what, or trying to make sense of it. That'll be the hardest part.
Nah, you'll never
processing.
will, though. I mean, you'll never
No.
make sense of any of it.
No.
That's the scariest part of this stuff is it's completely senseless. So
President Soup is giving a speech tonight at like 8:20 or something Eastern time.
here
about
comes the
this.
gun control, Doc.
Right. Well, I think right now the White House is livid. I think they are so pissed off right now. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out because they've identified the shooter as this 18-year-old kid, Salvador Ramos.
Yeah.
So they thought up until about 20 minutes ago when they ID'd this guy, this is another white nationalist, domestic terrorist,
Yeah.
and gun control. We could bitch about all three of those
Yeah,
things.
would have had it all right
Really
there, tied in
hammer
a little
home.
bow.
Yeah, we can really hammer the domestic terrorists. Oh my God, white nationalists are the biggest threat to this country, and blah blah blah. They're not human, you know, to just degrade a whole swath of the country. You know, who cares? But it's going to be hard with a Salvador Ramos.
Now they'll probably still sneak it in there.
You
I
think?
bet you, yeah,
Maybe he was inspired by white supremacy.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I don't know. Not to make
they'll
light of
find
it,
a way.
but
No,
it's-
not at all. But they'll find a way to tie it in. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But how about it just be a mental health issue that this guy was fucked in the head, clearly disturbed on some level.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the beef with grandma was, but she probably didn't deserve to get whacked.
He was probably just trying to leave the house with multiple guns.
And I know
know.
the kids certainly didn't.
Hell no. Oh, how terrifying that would be for them. Just unbelievable.
Is it better or worse that he's dead?
Better. Fuck him.
I know. That's just there's part. Yes, I believe. Yes, but there's just some part of me that wants those people to suffer, and to just be killed right away, like you don't suffer. You know.
Well, he started shooting at the cops a lot.
Well, yeah.
And so they did their job and they put him down. Like the animal that he is, that he deserves.
We said with the grocery store one in Buffalo, like how that kid got, arrested. It's beyond me.
Yeah, dropped to his knees and put his gun down and took his vest off.
Yeah,
easy.
Okay,
easy.
That's what you wanted.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy.
Your life is not going to get any easier from here. I promise you that, sir.
No.
You had the option.
Yeah,
take the easy way out.
But this one, it's one thing if this guy wants to go down in a blaze of glory. He wants suicide by cop. He could easily commit suicide himself. No problem. This is something where you're looking for grandiose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to do the most heinous, reprehensible thing you could possibly do. Murder 7, 8, and 9-year-olds.
Well, that's the problem is that with dying too is that you will never know what or why.
Well, we may. Things may come out.
Maybe have a
manifesto.
Sure. Maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
But it looked like he wrecked his truck. So I mean, I don't know that he went to the school intentionally. Just from the pictures
It
I
sounds
saw,
like
I
he
didn't get the whole
jumped.
story.
I was trying to piece that together too. Did he jump out of his truck and let it run into the school? It's almost what it sounded like.
No, the school was like in the truck's in like a ditch and the wheel fell off. He like went off the road and the wheel came off.
Yeah.
So I just assumed he was running and then wrecked and then got out and ran, and maybe he was just happened to be next to a school and went in there and did, whether it was premeditated or not, I have no idea. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Whether it was circumstantial, that he just wrecked his car in front of a school and was like, all right, fuck it, I'm going there. Or he was on his way to the school. I have no idea.
Yeah.
And we'll never know.
Well, I have a feeling we'll know. They'll piece things together with social media. They'll piece things together with phone records.
Yeah.
They'll be able to figure out what was going on here. Someone this sick in the mind is going to leave a trail. Would
hopefully.
be my guess. So terrible story. We don't have a ton of details right now. Just be prepared. Here's where it starts. This is, never waste an opportunity. Never let a good tragedy go to waste, I think is what former mayor in Chicago said. And this will be used immediately. It shouldn't be. It should be a time of mourning for these children. It will absolutely be used as a political point about guns and gun control. Like that's just coming. So just get used to it. It's
in Texas, no less.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it seems like it'd be easy to have a cop at every school, no matter what. Every elementary school, every middle school, every high school. I think they do in Texas for high schools and middle schools. But you're just going to have to station someone there that's just kind of keeping a soft eye on the comings and goings of people.
Right. I mean, even if you're
You know?
parked in the car outside,
Yeah.
so you're on site. I don't know.
Yeah. Apparently, too many people are so freaked out at the sight of a gun. So a cop having a gun on his holster, never mind the fact that he's there specifically to protect you.
Yeah.
He's not going to shoot any of you students with his gun, but doesn't matter. That's the narrative is like,
You're going to be a lot more
we're
scared of the
triggered.
other person with a gun.
yeah. And you're going to be praying if that happened at your school that Officer Johnson is standing out there looking to be the one guy in the school with a gun who can help you.
I don't think anybody in Texas is scared of guns.
Yeah, true.
Other places in the country, I'm sure. but
True.
Texas, they're probably used to it.
This story is going to take some of the steam out of the Ricky Gervais story. You know,
What story?
well, he dropped a new special on Netflix today.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Excellent. You watched it without me, you son of a bitch.
I watched some of it. I wanted to get some context
Mhm.
to do this story. So the story I've got here says the cancel mob will be coming for Ricky Gervais in 3, 2,
Of
1.
course.
He mocked the transgender movement. Ooh, in the new Netflix special, Ricky Gervais' Supernature.
Wasn't that his goal? Didn't he set out to try
Get
and
canceled.
get canceled
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah,
along
I
those
think you're
lines?
right.
So
If Dave Chappelle could trigger the woke leftist with an innocuous joke about his attacker having a gun that identified as a knife, still say that's a great joke.
yeah.
They will be apoplectic with Gervais. Gervais joins Chappelle and Bill Maher as A-list comedians who in recent days have taken on the movement, although no one has gone as far as Gervais on his HBO show Real Time last Friday. That was great, by the way. I don't know if you saw that 9-minute
Did not.
Bill Maher New Rules. He questioned how the gender fluidity movement has exploded so quickly and how it could be affecting children. Citing a recent Gallup poll, Maher noted that less than 1% of Americans born before 1946 identified as alphabet. Now, according to the poll, 2.6% of baby boomers consider themselves alphabet, 4.2% of Gen Xers do, 10.5% of millennials, and 20% of Gen Zers
Interesting.
consider themselves part of the LGBTQ, whatever.
That's a scary trajectory.
Which means if we follow this trajectory, we will all be gay by 2054.
Basically, yes.
Yeah. When things change this much, this fast, people are allowed to ask, what's up with that? All babies are born in the wrong bodies? Seems like a legit question. And the 9 minutes that Bill Maher does has him getting murdered from people on the left.
Of course.
But it's just asking those same questions that we've been asking.
Trying.
Bill Maher didn't say anything at all in his 9-minute speech that hasn't been said on the show. Not one word. That I can promise you.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're too small to have the platform that a Bill Maher does. But if you've listened to this show for very long, we've been saying all of this shit for years. Bill Maher, welcome to the party.
Yep.
Now that it's getting so out of control, he's jumping on board. But you want to hear a minute before we lose Travis here?
Of course, I'd love to.
Of,
I'd like to hear the whole thing, but I'll
yeah,
start
we'll
with
watch
a
it
minute.
later. We'll watch it later. The Warriors game's at 9. We'll be done here by 8.
Okay.
You're good to go.
Love this guy.
Oh, he's the
No,
best.
Troy, give me a second.
He is the best.
You need me to step in there and show you how to do this?
Kinda.
This setup sucks, doesn't it? There's got to be a better setup, Trav.
There is. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. All right. All a work in progress.
The old-fashioned women. Oh, God. You know, the ones with wombs. Oh. Those fucking dinosaurs. No, I love the new women. I know the new women. They're great, aren't they? You know, the new ones we've been seeing lately. The ones with beards and cocks. They're as good as...
It's the accent.
Gold.
Yeah.
I love them. No, it's the old-fashioned with it. And now the old-fashioned, they go, oh, they want to use our toilets. Why shouldn't they use your toilets? For ladies. They are ladies. Look at their pronouns. What about this person isn't a lady? Well, his penis. Her penis, you fucking bigot. What if he rapes me? What if she rapes you? You fucking turf whore.
Turf whore.
Old-fashioned with...
Isn't that great?
Oh, yeah,
Just a
absolutely.
quick snippet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spot on.
I love that Netflix is backing this.
Yeah.
And just like, there's multiple times he's like, that's not making the cut. That's not making the cut. But it obviously did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that memo that Netflix sent out to their employees, like, yeah, you woke assholes that think you're running this company, we're done with you.
Good.
This might not be the place for you to work. And so
Well, it goes
I haven't
every
heard much
which
of a peep out of them.
Yeah, it goes
since
every
then.
which way. I mean,
Yeah.
So if you're conservative and you don't like all the trans shit, you can go out and protest that. And I mean, whatever. So just nip it in the bud.
Ricky Gervais
Everybody
at
just
one
shut
point,
up and do your job.
Ricky at one point said, you know, I make fun of everybody. He lists off all the groups, you know, he makes fun of. And he's like, you know, I am inclusive. I include them in making fun of them too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they want to be treated like everybody else.
Well, here you go.
I'm being inclusive and treating them like I treat every other group of people.
Yeah, absolutely
It
right.
would be disingenuous for me to leave them out of the thing. But mental illness is a tough one, you know.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Anyway, what are you gonna do? State Farm.
Oh, Jake?
Jake, black Jake, or white Jake?
Hmm.
What do we go with?
Well, it's all black Jake now.
Hell yeah, it is. It's all black Jake. Used to be white Jake.
Once.
Change that up.
It was once.
Once. It was a good
One and
commercial.
done.
All right, Trev. Hey, buddy. Thank you so much for coming by.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Maybe Thursday.
What's that?
Maybe Thursday.
Okay.
All right.
He's going to be here Thursday. That's a good day to be here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cat's out of the bag.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. State Farm. You know, my niece and nephew absolutely love it. Is it Jake Paul?
Yeah.
You
Yep.
see the basketball
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul. I'm
Jake
sorry.
Paul is the
Yeah,
douche.
YouTube
Yeah.
douche. Yeah. Chris Paul. They're not even funny.
No.
The kids just absolutely run around the house howling.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if they're special needs or what, but
Yeah,
it's
possibly.
you know, weed, get down here, State Farm, you know, like that kind of shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, State Farm is backing down after outrage over its plan to donate books promoting transgenderism to schools and public libraries for children as young as 5 years old.
Oh, that was their plan?
Yeah.
Huh.
State
Okay.
Farm's support of philanthropic program Gender Cool has been subject of news and customer inquiries, reads a May 23rd email from Victor Terry, State Farm's chief diversity officer, to State Farm agents. The program was intended to promote inclusivity, but State Farm will no longer support it. Conversations about gender and identity should happen at home with parents.
Oh, what a novel idea.
Wow. We don't support required curriculum in schools on this topic. Okay, these companies must have had some,
Yeah. So a memo was placed. Something happened.
or their marketing teams have gone, listen,
This is just starting to
don't
backfire.
Disney us.
Yeah.
Don't Disney us.
Right.
They lost their special rights. They're on an island. They're
Yep.
treated like every other shitty company now. Half their customer base is pissed off and pulling their money. Who do you think is supporting Disney? The parents or the kids?
I think they're starting to realize that it's the very vocal minority
Yeah.
and that they don't need to,
State Farm
bow to it.
would have been terrified to put something like that out 3 months ago.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Honestly, 3 months ago, would State Farm say conversations about gender and identity should happen at home with parents? We don't support required curriculum in schools on this topic.
Besides, State Farm, you're fucking insurance.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
We will no longer support that program. We will continue to explore how we can support organizations that provide tools and resources that align with our commitment to diversity and inclusion. No, how about you just sell fucking insurance?
Mhm.
That's it,
That'd be nice.
right? We don't need you jumping in to see where you can splash down. How about you do that to your local homeless shelter? We don't need to get involved in the trans fucking argument. You're still looking for ways into inclusivity. We're inclusive enough. Stop it.
Should be.
Knock it off. Sell your shitty insurance, and don't worry about providing resources to parents.
Oh, he's starting to feel that crest a little bit now.
Yeah, a little bit.
See?
A little bit. And I actually wrote "Stay in your lane,"
Oh,
just
see?
like you said.
There
Yeah,
go.
great minds. Earlier, news broke that the car insurance company encouraged its Florida agents to volunteer to receive books about gender identity and donate them to their community schools and public libraries by the end of April. The 3 books: a kid's book about being transgender, a kid's book about being non-binary, and a kid's book about being inclusive, intended for kindergarten and above. Project's goal is to increase representation of Alphabet Plus books and support our communities in having challenging, important, and empowering conversations with children age 5+.
Yeah.
Just talk to them about Paw Patrol. They're not ready to sit down and pay attention. They don't give a shit about anything you're saying.
No, just give them
Nothing.
another set of crayons.
Those
There's
kids,
your rainbow.
kids at 5 years old do not give a shit about what you're saying. It's me, 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 me. When is this gross adult going to shut up so I can speak again? Me, 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 me. Everything's brand new to them.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. I just spent a year and a half with them. I know. So, and they were planning on deploying this project nationwide too, not just Florida. It's another shut it all down. The email caused a stir with many reacting to the news by saying they would cancel or avoid State Farm insurance policies. Yeah.
You think that this part of this change is, with the midterms coming up and what everybody assumes is going to happen here, where there's not going to be quite the power and the control on that side, so people don't want to be quite so vocal and back it. Everybody was into this, like, yeah, all in, here we go. This is what, and now it's like, let's shut the fuck up before we're the ones standing out.
I think they think they're in the right. So I don't think that's the case in this specific incident. I think these companies are seeing other companies dip their toes. They're seeing marketing and firm or well, not their marketing firms, but the crisis firms, like guiding companies on how to,
damage control.
Damage control. Those people are coming out in mass and saying to these major companies, Coca-Cola, stay in your lane.
Mm-hmm.
Don't piss off half the country. It's not good for your shareholders, stockholders. You're really stepping into water that you cannot win with.
No.
If you jump into this, half the base is going to tell you to go fuck yourself.
Absolutely.
That's the reality.
And once you burn that bridge, you can't get it back.
It's done.
Once you're branded as that.
So after Netflix came out and said, yeah, you know what? We lost 200,000 subscribers this month, and we expect to lose 2 million more over the next 3 quarters or whatever it was, 1 quarter, 4 quarters in the next year.
Yeah.
Expect to lose 2 million. That says something. That all the shit you're sending out there for parents and kids and all the woke nonsense you're throwing out there people aren't cool with it.
No.
They've got other options. And so these companies, when Netflix goes, all right, we're done listening to you people. If you don't like it, work somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so that gives State Farm the balls to go, well, no one burned down Netflix. I guess we should come out and scrap this bullshit too. We don't need to wade into this war.
Oh, take the
no
power
one asked
back.
us.
That's all it was. They gave them all the power.
Yeah.
Time after time after time. The vocal minority started popping off about whatever the bitch of the day was.
Mm-hmm.
And you just cowered to them. Time after time. You gave them all the power in the world. And then finally somebody stood up to it and was like, oh, that wasn't so bad. Okay, well, I guess all this repercussion that we were worried about isn't really a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too many lawyers have gotten involved with things like,
especially if you're going that side. Well, we'd rather have that 10% mad at us than that 50%.
Right.
That's just basic economics.
I think when lawyers have gotten so heavily involved, and you can just tell. You can tell when someone's having a natural reaction to being asked a question instead of like, all right, $20,000 an hour lawyers got together and came up with this statement in regards to trans inclusivity programs and diversity hires.
Right.
And then you go in front of a microphone and go, we here at State Farm believe, blah, and you just rattle off some garbage that no one there believes in.
Check all the boxes.
Checks all the boxes.
Yep.
But when these people are coming out now and just going, yeah, we're not doing this. This is fucking us all over. We can't keep going down this road.
No.
I don't know what else to tell you. It's just, it's bad news. So anyway, I think it's more likely that in this instance in particular, that these companies are going, do we have the balls to do what Netflix did? Well, it didn't seem to backfire on Netflix. It seemed to be, they finally got some good press out of it. Let's try it.
Yeah.
And State Farm is getting kudos from us today.
It's a culmination of things, I think. I mean, the Disney effect, like, and the Coca-Cola, like, okay, hold on, don't shit where you eat. And the little bit of pushback, Netflix was like, okay, so it can be done. The Rogan thing kind of started where they came all after him, and it was like, just deflected everything. It was like, all right, maybe this isn't as bad as we're afraid it's going to be. But nobody wanted to be the first one to take the bullet. Yeah. And it was that little 22 that bounced off, and they were like, okay. All right. Okay.
I've got body I've got body armor on. You shoot me with a 22?
Yeah.
Good.
You shoot your eye out. Hey, this part of the show is brought to you by your insurance expert. Are you paying too much for health insurance? Are you uninsured? Health insurance can be confusing. Nick Matthews from Your Insurance Expert is an expert in health insurance, life insurance, and Medicare supplements, so you don't have to be. Call Nick Matthews at 248-914-1173. That's 248-914-1173.
The other thing that's interesting about this, stories are starting to come out, and I imagine most companies could do this story if they were being honest with themselves. And it goes back to the Rooney Rule in football, about minority hire.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we have to interview a certain amount of them. We'll just bring 3 darkies in. Let's chat with them for 5 minutes and then blow them off. Mm-hmm. And they knew it. They knew they weren't being treated to real interviews and whatnot. Well, now we're learning. Former wealth management executive at Wells Fargo joins other former and current employees in claiming that the bank conducts fake interviews with female and minority applicants.
Oh, really?
Yeah. To boost diversity numbers. Okay. That's all it is. Check the box.
Yep.
We interviewed 3 of those people this week.
It was really close, but
yeah.
Bill Williams edged everybody out.
Edged everybody out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
just by a hair.
LaQuisha interviewed great.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, she did. But Bill Williams, I mean, it's
just the resume speaks for itself.
Yeah, I mean, take a look.
An asset.
Yeah. I mean, if LaQuisha and Bill were total equals and went to the same schools, had the same years in service, we would have gone LaQuisha, with the whole Black and Vagine thing. Would have made sense. But Bill just, that extra MBA he got. Really, he's going to blossom here.
Yeah.
Welcome to the team, Bill
Exactly
Williams.
what we were looking for. Now, if LaQuisha had been gay, our hands would have been tied.
Yeah, that's an auto hire. We call that an auto hire.
Yeah, fortunately, we dodged that bullet.
Yeah. So this is according to a report from the New York Times. Oh, they're always trustworthy, New York Times.
Yeah, right down the middle.
Joe Bruno was one of 7 current and former Wells Fargo employees who said that they were instructed by their direct bosses or HR managers in the bank's wealth management unit to interview diverse candidates, even though the decision had already been made to give the job to another candidate. I don't know why that fucking makes me chuckle so hard. Like trying so hard to force this shit on everybody, and everyone's like, all right, we'll find the loophole then.
Yep, okay.
What are the new rules?
Yep.
All right.
How many do we have to? Okay.
Find the loophole.
Yep, exactly.
All right. Task for the day, everybody, is find the loophole.
Yeah, how can we still get Bill Williams? Yeah. Let me know how we can still hire this and not get screwed here. Everybody
Bill
good?
Williams is the goal at the end of the day, everybody. Yeah. Bill Williams.
He's already hired. He starts Monday, so let's not fuck this up.
Yeah.
Okay? Good.
And how do we show LaQuisha the fucking door, right? It doesn't matter. LaQuisha gets shown the fucking door, and Bill Williams starts on Monday. We're painting his name on his office glass right now, okay? They're stenciling it in. Make it happen. Find the loophole.
Go find me a LaQuisha.
Yeah. So they're just
get her in here by 3:30.
They're just walking around the local supermarket, grabbing homeless Black people and women, and throwing them in. They're like, so tell me about yourself.
Go down to the teller.
Yeah.
Would you like to be in management, possibly? We have a position you'd like to interview for?
Yeah.
Let's have a chat.
She's sitting there eating bugs out of her hair.
Okay.
Barefoot, filthy. It's like, dude, I gave her an opportunity. I interviewed her. She could have wowed me.
Could have.
She didn't as much as Bill Williams did.
But we tried.
We
checked that box.
Yeah. So we had
not our fault.
3.5 of them in this week for interviews. We're very proud of that number. And we'll try to get those diversity numbers up.
Yeah.
We're scoping out local grocery stores. We'll get back to you.
Too soon.
5 others said they were aware of the practice or helped to arrange it. The individuals said that the interviews were meaningless attempts to support diversity goals and to avoid regulatory audits. Wow, what a shock.
Yeah.
In August 2020, Wells Fargo agreed to pay $7.8 million to settle a Department of Labor claim alleging that the bank discriminated against more than 34,000 African-American applicants for banking, customer sales and service, and administrative support positions, as well as over 300 female applicants for support positions. Bruno told The Times he complained to his superiors about the fake interviews, which he characterized as inappropriate, morally wrong, ethically wrong, and then he was fired last summer after Wells Fargo dismissed his claim. They said it was he was fired for retaliation against another employee.
Snitching?
What's that?
Snitching?
Yeah, I don't know. He got into it. It sounds like this guy's scrapping with people, but he says, no, it's because I came out and talked about this diversity hire thing. The bank also faced criticism in 2020 after CEO Charlie Scharf said in a memo that the unfortunate reality is that there is a very limited pool of black talent to recruit from with this specific experience. He apologized for the insensitive comment, reflecting my own unconscious bias, affirming that there are many talented, diverse individuals working at Wells Fargo and throughout the financial services industry, and I never meant to imply otherwise. Sure you did.
Yeah, it's probably a fact.
Like just the day before.
Yeah.
You implied that. You
Oh, you said it.
You said the truth part out loud first.
Why don't we look at that entire talent pool and let's see
Yeah.
people that are actually qualified for that position, and let's see what those numbers are. Is it 50-50? I highly doubt it.
See how it shakes out?
Yeah. If it's 80-20, 90-10, well, then you know what? That is a limited pool.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean they're not, but you're
Well,
5-1.
He goes harder in the paint than that even. He said the unfortunate reality. So he says it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunate reality is that there is a very limited pool of black talent to recruit from with this specific experience. I don't know what that means. Yeah, they launched diversity pushes after, of course, the death of George Floyd.
Of course.
So one black guy gets murdered,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not like the people that murdered him got away with that.
No,
Right?
no.
No, that guy, that officer is sitting in jail for the rest of his life for that. So it's an unfortunate thing. I don't think it's a larger problem nationwide than what it was.
That should change the entire scope of the workforce.
The CEO, after he made this unfortunate gaffe, he said, "There's not enough black talent here for us," and it was like, "Whoa, no, I didn't mean that. Nope. Tons of talent, tons. Forget what I said yesterday. This is a painful time for our nation. As a white man, as much as I can try to understand what others are feeling, I know that I cannot really appreciate and understand what people of color experience and the impacts of discriminatory behavior others must live with. I can commit that our company will do all we can to support our diverse communities and foster a company culture that deeply values and respects diversity and inclusion."
Words. How about we legit just hire the most qualified person? Period. End of story.
Nice comment, bigot.
Yeah, I'm a racist. I know.
Yeah,
Well,
no
these people
shit.
haven't had an opportunity to get there. They've been held down and all that kind of shit. I understand. But putting somebody that's not qualified in that position is not doing anyone any favors either.
No.
Especially if they get in there and fail.
What do you think about if you have two, you got a black guy and a white guy, both went to Michigan State, both graduated, one had a 3.8, one had a 3.9, both did some community service, and both of these applicants appear qualified, and you're hiring for a position.
Yep.
And it's like, do you think it's fair? Is it right, fair, just anything? Go, you know what? It's basically a coin toss between these two. I could go either way. Would you hire the black guy automatically?
Well, no, not automatically. Again, I would hire the best candidate. I mean, and it goes down, if it's straight down the middle, 50-50, then I don't know exactly what the deciding factor is. Maybe on that point, sure. You know what? Because this guy might not get the same opportunity that Honky's going to get. So, he'll be just fine. This guy, great. But if it's not, I mean, if it's close, it depends. Are you being forced to get minority hires? Are you trying to boost your numbers? Is that what you're trying to do?
Sounds like it.
Then,
Every CEO that I know, okay, every one of them to a man will tell you, like, you can see the boner pop out of their pants when it's like, oh, by the way, this is a minority candidate or a minority. Like, they, yes, they hear minority, it's like ears perk up.
Yeah.
Because it checks a box for them.
Yep.
They don't, how much of it, they
especially
don't.
in banking and finance. I mean, not that but that's just a historically, white dominated.
Careful.
Well, no, it just is. I mean, maybe
Could you
that's
say that about every profession, though?
Well, I mean, I guess in a way, and I'm not saying that they're not capable of it. It just is the banking industry in general. And I don't know what this position was. I don't think this is just like a teller that they were hiring somebody for. I assume this is some sort of upper level.
I think it was across all things.
Oh, I was talking about whatever.
Yeah.
When he was saying the talent pool for this type of with this experience or something,
Right.
I was assuming that it's just a bank.
It seems like a very boring, nerdy
Oh,
job.
yeah.
Like you have to really dig
Right.
like the banking industry to
Yeah.
want to be in that.
Yeah.
It's not a glamorous position. I mean, obviously, if you're running a bank, sure. Executive, you're on the board at a bank, sure. But when you're talking about the day-to-day operations of a bank, it's not a very cool gig, right?
Well, the reality is that it goes both ways too. That whoever's making that decision, if it is, apples to apples between the white guy and the black guy that comes in, there's going to be guys that will give it to the black guy just to give him, for the diversity hire.
Right.
They'll give it to him because that's what they choose to do. And then there's guys that are going to give it to the white guy because they're inherently racist on some level, and they would just rather have people that look like them in their office than not.
Well, that's an interesting take, but I've read quite a bit of stories about the unconscious bias, where it's like you don't think you're racist, but it is what it is through human history. People are more comfortable around their own kind, their own tribe, their own people that look like them, have the same culture values, listen to the same music. I mean, that's a more comfortable scene.
Yeah.
Whether that's people in the black community wanting to be with their own, or Mexican community, or white community, like so we have to push against that if you want to go down that diversity road. So the fear is that you get apples to apples applicants coming in for a role, for a position, and the executive cisgendered white male that's making that call, unconscious of his own bias,
makes
in
that
decision, makes that decision, and he's inherently more comfortable, on some level more comfortable just seeing a white guy. It's not as threatening. The thought of black guy's going to assume every move we make here is racist anyways. He's probably going to complain a lot. I don't need that fucking headache. Just hire the white guy. He'll be fine. He'll stay in his lane.
He'll be on time. I'm sorry, we're canceled.
Yeah. Oh, it's all right. We've been canceled every day this month.
No, I'm sure there's a good level of that. And that's the part that even on the subconscious level, to where having, like I said, road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah.
So having incentives in there to sort of force those hires, fine. But that's only really if it's apples to apples,
Yeah.
If you're going down to hire somebody that's not as qualified as somebody else just because of that, that's racist the other way.
Yeah.
So
it is.
Not even the other.
And
just
where it
racist,
scares
period.
me is not so much the bank tellers, or I mean, if you want to take less qualified people to be on your board just to say you have them, well, good for you. You're not doing your shareholders any good.
Yeah.
If you're making dumb decisions like that, where I worry about it is when they're talking about the medical industry and diversifying scientists. And you're like, no, diversifying pilots, like fast tracking people. It's like, no. I'd rather have the most qualified guy.
Exactly.
I don't want to microwave through pilots.
Yeah.
Right.
I want the best qualified person pretty much across the board, making my hamburger, whatever it is. I just
agree.
want the most qualified person there.
I agree. But if you're going to do this bullshit, like try to make equity and diversify, I can live with the guy making my burgers isn't as qualified as Dave over there who started Wendy's, right? I can live with that. I cannot live with my surgeon where I have to go, man, was you a diversity hire? What's going on here? You tops your class at Harvard? Huh? Where'd you go to medical school, sir? Guatemala? What? I don't want that dude pushed through and sitting on a Harvard board because he fits a quota.
Right.
That's crazy.
I got it online.
Online shit. I went to the University of Phoenix, motherfucker. What's your problem? Medically bonded and licensed and everything.
Where'd you go? Arizona? Oh, University of Arizona, Arizona State. Phoenix.
Oh, shit. Wait. Yeah, I was doing that shit in my living room on my spare time. What's it to you? I'm damn good as a surgeon, though. Well, shocking story.
Oh, boy.
New details on Dwayne Haskins.
Okay.
Have you heard?
I have not. I have not been waiting to hear. Well, this went silent. This went zero dark 30 for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. In the middle of the road, got hit by a garbage truck.
Dump truck,
Dump truck, whatever.
Is a garbage truck a dump truck?
Essentially.
Basically?
Yeah. Okay. Tell me more.
There's a 3-minute phone call.
Inquiring minds want to know.
The female passenger
Okay.
in his car at 2 a.m. with him. And there's a 1.5-minute call with his wife.
Okay.
who's calling, going, he won't answer his phone. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
And she's like, the 911 operator's like, okay, where did you last ping his phone? She's like, Highway 595 northbound. And she's like, hey, ma'am, I need you to remain calm, but there has been an incident.
Oh, geez.
I'm not sure if it's your husband.
Oh, fuck.
But it's like, yeah. Newly released medical report of Dwayne Haskins reveals the 24-year-old had a .2.0. 0.20.
0.20?
Yeah.
Oh, that's more. That's super
Blood
drunk.
alcohol.
Yeah.
That's hammered shit.
Oh,
face
yeah.
drunk.
That's almost triple.
Yeah, which is what we assumed was going on there.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So all the people that just said, no, he's just down in Florida working with his teammates, trying to make the best of this opportunity.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's
Why?
like, well,
Don't take a
we'll
black
see.
man down.
Yeah. Also tested positive for drugs ketamine and norketamine.
All right.
What is ketamine going to do? Is that a horse trank type thing?
Essentially, but it's used more. It's used for like anxiety and stuff now.
Okay.
PTSD, depression, anxiety,
Yeah.
things like that.
Well, you had that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what norketamine is.
Although, I mean, it's actually, I mean, that's it's being used medicinally that way. I believe it's like a party drug. I mean, it can be a party drug. It's essentially a horse tranquilizer.
Yeah.
You know, so where he was doing it and how he was doing it,
Yeah.
don't know.
Under the supervision of a doctor.
Yeah,
can imagine
or
if
he was
you're-
at the rave that night and he was rocking the K. Who knows?
Yeah.
So
I can't imagine a doctor, because I've had plenty of them, would prescribe essentially a downer, powerful downer, and then be like, no, you're good. Go party all night. That wouldn't happen.
no.
No. My doctors, when they gave me oxys to the max, were like, yeah, you can't drink on this. I was like, no problem. I don't need to. These
Yeah.
are way better than alcohol.
Right.
The report also noted that a female companion was in the vehicle on the side of the road that he exited before being struck by the dump truck. The QB had a considerable amount of alcohol in his system at the time of death.
Considerable.
Yeah. Blood at .20 and another fluid level at .24.
Oof.
I don't know what that means.
Blood and piss, maybe. Maybe they took his blood after.
So this
Depending
is
on when you stop, that can still be, increasing
yeah.
as you're processing it.
Investigators found his car on the side of the road, side of I-595, with a female companion inside the vehicle. The nature of Haskins' relationship with the unknown woman was not included in the report. Yeah, I wonder what that relationship was.
I'm sure he was just driving her home.
Yeah,
Personal assistant, perhaps.
probably just platonic. I mean, if I had to guess,
Yeah.
He's got his wife in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
He's down in Florida. He meets hey, maybe he made a best friend for life.
Yeah.
He met his BFF at a rave.
Yeah,
at 2 in
maybe
the
she
morning.
was, she was just had a little too much to drink, and he was being a gentleman and driving her home.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Yeah. I mean, that's would make the most logical sense.
Of course. Did he have a flat? Is that why he was stopped in the first
Yeah.
place? Something like that?
Yeah. And his wife, something like, said something like, no. He was alone in the car. He was alone by himself. I was like, yeah, just let her have that. Let her have that.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
We don't need to mention the female friend
Mm-hmm.
in the car, early morning hours.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, no guy. I mean, that's just not something a guy would do.
What? Which?
Like, be across many state lines and like hook up with a rando at a.
Oh,
at a
God,
bar.
no. No.
I mean, that's just not in the male
With
DNA.
your loving wife at home?
Yeah.
No, why would you?
Why would you? Right?
Yeah.
Just doesn't make sense.
Why go out for a hamburger when you got steak at home?
Mm-hmm. Or why go out for steak when you have hamburger at home?
I was going to give the wife a little more credit
I
than that.
don't know. Maybe. I just want somebody to go to the area and see if his car is there, see if he's okay, if anything happened to him. It's just not like him to not call me back and for his phone to go dead. He was stranded by himself.
Womp, womp.
He was walking, though. She's like, ma'am.
Walking in the middle of the fucking road.
Yeah. So I can't say I'm terribly shocked there. The reports that we'd heard about Dwayne Haskins had to be tempered very much.
Oh, yeah.
Young black male.
Yep.
You can't just shit all over that guy for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, Shefty or one of those got blown out right off the bat.
yeah,
Which wasn't sensitive. In all honesty,
Yeah.
there was no point in saying that he, talking about his struggles in the league, when he just died.
when you're reporting his
Right,
death.
exactly.
Yeah.
You can say that he played on those teams, that he's been in the league since this, whatever.
Right.
But that was just an unnecessary caveat to
Yeah.
to the story. So that was the first ruffle of it,
Mhm.
and then it just kind of went away. Nobody followed up with it. That's the first I've heard, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that we're waiting on the autopsy for that. Is that what toxicology
Yeah.
finally came back? Doesn't that stuff normally come back in like 24 hours?
Yeah, a lot of times. Seems like anyways.
Maybe they tried to keep it quiet.
But they didn't want people talking, and this is the problem with being in the public eye. If you're a public member of society,
Yeah.
like when something happens good or bad to you, it's like kicking up the sand under the ocean of your whole world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You go back and it's like, go ahead, mention Richard Gere. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go?
Gerbil.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right? It's a no-brainer. And then the discussion starts. Was the gerbil, did he use a toilet paper roll,
Yep.
stuff that up his ass, and then gerbil sent in? Did he have some food in his asshole? And Rod Stewart.
Wasn't it like cum in his ass or something like that?
Come in his stomach.
In his stomach,
He
yeah.
almost died from too much cum
Yeah,
in his
that's
stomach.
right. That's what it was.
Right. So Kobe Bryant.
Uh,
Doing a bit of raping?
yeah, I was going to go playing the crash with that
No,
one.
but when the crash happened,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, straight to the raping.
right, you go, oh, yeah, he's got 100 world championships, but also that rapey thing in
There was a
Colorado.
little bit of that.
Like, that's what happens. It's not a black or white thing. It's the reality of a public figure.
Yep.
And Dwayne Haskins is a public figure, and the discussion was going to come up. There were a lot of scouts who were like, the guy doesn't work hard. He's got no work ethic. He's got great arm, talented, obviously, was great at Ohio State for a year, but he doesn't have it that you need to go to the next level and be successful in the NFL.
Mhm.
And so when this accident happened, it was like, well, let's see how this plays out. Because Tom Brady would not be found on the side of the fucking road at 3 a.m, wasted with a strange woman
Yeah.
walking down the middle of it. It just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, but this is also a guy that's struggling to make teams. He's not a superstar in the league by any stretch.
No.
He's, got a little bit of money. He's wherever the fuck he was down there, Florida somewhere.
Yeah.
What it was. But
Yeah,
was it
training with
Miami?
teammates.
Whatever.
Tampa, Miami, whatever.
But yeah, people make
Broward
choices.
County. Yeah. I mean, it's a sad story nonetheless, but to act like no one should have conversations
no.
about it's
Exactly.
like, dude, no, he's a
That's not how
public
it
figure.
works.
It's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The story Massey sent me, he said, read at your own risk.
Oh, okay.
And it brought him to tears. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm not surprised, but okay.
Yeah. It's not going to bring us to tears,
Mhm.
but shows you the depravity going on. And it's from a couple weeks ago, actually. I've just been avoiding these stories, which is what I told him. I'm like, dude, I'll save it till Jenny comes in. And because I don't want us two knuckleheads having that conversation about in-depth global political issues that we just don't know enough about.
Why?
So
We we do it with everything else. Why
I
not
know.
there too?
because I can't even pronounce half the cities or the people involved.
That makes it fun.
It does. But anyway, disturbing audio has emerged of a phone call between a Russian machine gunner and his mother, who took great pleasure in laughing about the torture and murder of Ukrainian citizens. The call, intercepted and published by the main intelligence directorate of Ukraine's Ministry of Defense, was shared by a soldier of Russia's 11th Army Corps identified as Konstantin Solyov and his mother Tatiana Solyova, whatever.
Good enough.
Ukraine's MOD, Minister of Defense, published a link to the pair's social media profiles along with unedited audio of their disturbing call. The profiles have since been deleted.
Ooh.
Oh, I bet they were.
Yeah.
So this kid is Solovyov.
Okay. Let's call him Sully.
Sully. Mama Sully,
Yeah.
kid Solo.
Yep.
Solo. Mama Solo, kid Solo.
Now I'm thinking about her pussy lips.
Yeah.
Don't call her Solo.
Sully. Sully is said to be
Well, she's Tatiana. She can be Tatiana.
yeah.
That's makes her sound hot.
Tatiana does.
That's
It's
a
kinda
hot name. Tatiana.
Yeah. She's
Right?
50. I bet
Oh,
she's holding it together.
Maybe
in
Ukrainian
Russia.
women are pretty good.
She's Russian.
Oh,
but
she's Russian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
sorry.
same,
Either way.
close.
Yeah.
Sully is 20 years old. His mom's 50. Conversation is one of several in which Russian soldiers have admitted to committing grave war crimes on Ukrainian soil. Widespread reports of rape, torture, brutal violence carried on civilians first began flooding out of Ukraine after authorities discovered the horrors committed in towns north of Kiev. Vladimir Zelensky condemned the Russian army as the most barbaric and inhumane in the world. In light of these accounts, and said Russia will be stained as a source of absolute evil for generations. A Russian passport will mean only one thing in any other country: unequivocal condemnation from all decent people. He also drew a number of comparisons between Adolf Hitler and Vladimir Putin. So imagine you're a young soldier.
Yeah.
You're in the battlefield.
Weren't they doing this in the beginning? Like when they were capturing the soldiers, they would like feed them and then let them call their moms, let them know they were okay. But then they like were telling them all the shit they were doing. But like the Ukrainians were like having them do that. This is not that. This is a totally like intercepted call. This is him on his own volition calling his mom. Okay, just wanted to clarify that.
Russian soldier.
Yeah, calling his Russia's mom. Yes. This was happening when they got captured early on.
No. This guy's not captured.
That's why I wanted to make sure of what we were talking about. So
yep.
For context.
Hello, he says. Mom says, "My dear, how are you? How are you? Great. I just came back from the sauna." She's like, "You're using the sauna? That's just what we call the hose that we get showered with." "Oh, that's great. Later, we'll go and take the potatoes from the villagers." "Are they selling them or giving them away?" "Giving away. We come and just take it. We're reading books, developing ourselves culturally." "Well done. Just be careful with those villagers," Mom says. What can they do? "You were telling me that story yourself. It was very interesting. About the old woman?" "Yeah, in the churches. They're saying prayers for everyone, blah, blah, blah. Don't think your mom will forget about all this." "No." Here, it's right in front of my eyes. I took part in it too. FSB, I think that's the Russian, like...
Special forces or something like that?
Exactly. Okay. We're torturing the captives. Do you know what the rose means? No. On a man's body, 21 roses can be made. 20 digits and the panoose.
Oh.
Mom says, "Right." He says, "Have you seen how rose blossoms, how it opens up?" "Yes." "So along the bones, the skin is cut off on all fingers. The same thing happens down there at the cock."
Oh, my God.
So they just cut around it and then peel the skin like a banana so that it looks like rose petals.
21 roses.
21 roses. Jesus Christ. The same thing happens down there. That's what 21 roses means. On a man's body, you know what the other torture method... Want to know what the other torture methods I've seen? What? And why are you saying that you're taking part in those? Those are the FSB guys. Well, we took the captives, brought them in. Mom says, "Right." "And while we were waiting for the head honcho of torture chambers, we were beating them, breaking their legs so they wouldn't run away." "Are they trying to do something, not realizing it's over?" "Of course. They don't understand anything. It must be," the mom says, "it must be because they're high, right?" It's like, The boys caught a civilian man. The head of the torture chamber was saying how they caught an old man, took his phone, and in the phone they found photos of all our positions. Mom says, "What a scumbag fuck."
Tatiana, you minx.
"He was riding around on a bicycle with a white flag, taking photos of all the positions, sent it to them. Fucking scumbag." Yeah. Yep. Like I was telling you, you cannot trust them whole holes.
Whole holes?
Whole holes. Derogatory term for Ukrainian.
Okay.
So we might have just said the N-word. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll have to get clarification on that.
Yeah. Next time Jenny's in, we'll have to ask her what a whole hole is.
Yeah. When I see Raisa. Hi, whole hole.
What up, my whole holes? How my whole holes doing?
Oh, boy.
And they beat that old man to death with rubber batons. Beaten to death. Can you imagine how many hits, how much needs to happen to kill someone with a simple rubber baton? It's called a tranquilizer. It's used on the mouth. If someone starts getting crazy, you hit him. And so he had all kinds of internal injuries. That's how our guys are torturing. Oh, there's one more torture method. I forgot what it's called. The barrel, I think.
Okay.
So the one where 21 roses sucks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The barrel, they insert a tube into the man's anus and put barbed wire into it. Fuck, Mom says. Pull the tube out, the barbed wire stays in there, then you slowly take out the barbed wire.
Oh, my God.
That's how we do it. They say we've been using this method with barbed wire since Chechnya.
Jesus Christ. Fucking animals.
When we were sitting, this man that we had captured, he was saying, "For my life, our lads will take 2 of yours." And then I spit in the face of death. "I'm dying for truth." Mom says, "Sure. For what truth?" He was yelling. I said, "I don't care. Why are you scared then?" And he's sitting with his leg bones broken, which I broke. They were turned outwards. He said, "I don't care. If you don't care, why are you so scared? I'm not afraid. So why are you yelling?" Then he went quiet. This mental fucking of the people in 2 words. I like it. You like it? I like it. I don't know. I always told you that in principle, I'm holding myself back. If I had ended up there, I would also be enjoying it. We're the same, Mom says.
Oh, my God.
He started swearing in Ukrainian. Mom says about Ukrainians, you cunts are surrendering. You're fed. You're watered. They're letting you go home. Fucking scumbags. The kid says, that's how it is. She says, so we'll make 21 roses for Dad, right? We'll start with his pee-pee. If he doesn't understand, we'll do 5 fingers. Mom laughs. Why not? He says he won't have a job anyway, so he doesn't need hands. And if he needs them to do this nonsense, then he definitely doesn't need them. You know, we'll break his finger, the most important one, the index finger on the right hand. Oh, so he can't point or pick his nose, Mom says, laughing.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
Pull a trigger.
Just so he could still use it later. Just the first phalange. That's the most painful part. It has the most nerve endings, the thickest bone, right? Mom says, yep. He says, if he doesn't get it, we'll break the next 2. If he doesn't get it after those 2, we'll break 4. A geometric progression. Oh, son, do you hear what we are discussing? I understand I'm going crazy here. For me, it's normal to say such things. Oh, no, you're not going crazy. You're all right. All right, Mom says.
There you go, Mom.
I'm telling you, I'm killing people here, Mom. Well, are you sure there are people? What if, God forbid, one of you? Yeah, I understand that. I'm not even feeling remorse anymore. After I killed more than 20, I stopped feeling anything. Mom says, well, those are not people. I was kind bloke. You just don't, I want to tell you everything. I want you to see it all, what's changed inside me. All right, baby boy, goodbye. Bye.
Oh, my God. Wow. Just wow.
21 roses of the barrel, T.
Oh.
Keep it in mind, you're going to shit every day.
Yeah, I mean, but you filleted your panous. You peeled it like a banana.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know. I mean, I think but I don't know, barbed wire, is it just going to pull your whole colon out? I don't know what the hell happens back there.
Yeah, it's going to be a mess.
It's going to be a mess, but I mean, at least that would heal, I think. I mean, neither, I guess.
Depends how far you stick the tube up there.
I'm going to take the rubber baton to death.
Oh, that would suck too, dude.
Yeah, I know, but
Was that the equalizer?
something like that. Forget what it was. Whatever. Either way.
Sounds awful.
So I don't even know where to go with that. That's awful.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder where, like, the mom, is she fucking sick, or is she ginned up to believing that there's some real threat, that her son is doing, God's work and saving the country and killing the evil people of the world? I don't know. Is that all what she's been propagandized to know, to learn?
Propagandized to the max is what's going on here.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. This is decades probably of propaganda, declaring these people. This is how it works with Hitler. Hitler doesn't just take control and go, let's kill all the Jews. Like, it doesn't work like that.
No.
You need to make, how do you get Lizzie next door to fucking hate us over here? Like, see us as less than human, to the point that she believes she's doing good by taking us out of the world.
Yeah.
You got to dehumanize people to the level that they're okay. Like, for the greater good, Mike and Troy have to die. They're that evil.
Yeah.
Personified. There is no worse. They are Hitler. They're Nazis. And the neighborhood gets together and goes, yeah, man, fuck that. These guys are Nazis. We got to kill them.
Come by with torches and pitchforks.
And next thing you know, we're on trains to fucking,
Yeah.
showering.
Yeah.
Right?
That was the scary part. We voted for Trump, so we're already one step there.
Yeah, right.
Public enemy number one.
So if you make your citizens believe that these other human beings are the absolute worst of humanity, they're not even human beings. You start to see them as animals that need, feral animals at that need to be extinguished.
Yeah.
And so it opens up the door for everything. If you honestly believe Trump is Hitler, then why wouldn't you kill him?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
It just makes sense. Everybody admits they would kill Hitler if they could.
Yeah, that's what
So
exactly.
that's
The
the
oldest
danger.
adage of go back in time and kill Hitler as a child.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a shitty spot. And it's why, when I was talking to Massey earlier, it was like, this is what's so dangerous on both sides. When you call someone treasonous,
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, That's the death penalty, first off.
Yeah.
So I don't know what your evidence is, but I've heard many, many, many mainstream news anchors call Donald Trump treasonous.
Yeah.
Okay. That's quite a leap, but that's, Mitt Romney was calling our girl in Hawaii,
Oh yeah, Tulsi.
Tulsi Gabbard, treasonous.
Yeah, for the labs or whatever over there in Ukraine.
Which were true.
Mm-hmm.
Which were true, by the way.
Yeah. Interesting.
So when you get that kind of rhetoric and calling anybody that voted for Trump a Nazi, well, you can see where that goes.
Yeah.
You can see
The
where
writing's
that
on the
line
wall.
is.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a genius to go, okay, with rhetoric like that, how about we tune all that down?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, it'd be nice to turn all of that down.
Yeah, I agree.
I get why people hated Trump. I really did.
Oh, absolutely.
I fully understand that. But
but not to that level, not to that extent. You could dislike the guy, but the disdain still is lost on me. I just don't understand that level of hate for a guy.
Oh, Ed's screaming at his fucking radio
That's
right now.
fine. Okay. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I don't know. I don't hate anybody on that level that I've never met.
No.
Yeah. You're so disconnected from reality. Like, that's just it. Like, somehow this guy walked in your house and pissed in your fucking Wheaties and ruined your day. Like,
Fucked your wife.
Yeah. Like, okay.
Yeah. Killed your kid.
Yeah. It's fine. You don't have to like him. You can say mean things back. You can tweet at him, things like that. But
yeah. And I'm very critical of President Soup. I get it.
yeah.
I know how they felt about Trump.
Sure.
I feel almost the same way about Soup.
I know. That's the irony of this whole situation.
But I don't want anyone canceled.
No,
I don't want anyone fucking,
a lot of people do.
Yeah. I don't want anything to happen to Soup.
Yeah.
I don't want him dead.
No, but you didn't want that. That's not you.
Yeah.
True. But the extreme that was on the one side is just as bad as the extreme on this side.
Yeah.
Right now it is. And
just as bad.
well, you know what
It's
I'm
close.
saying. It's close. It's getting there anyway.
Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Enjoying my Giants.
Yeah.
Paying a little attention to the Tigers here and there,
Struggling.
They've suspended Major League Baseball, the New York Yankees third baseman Josh Donaldson over what the league says were inappropriate comments towards Chicago White Sox shortstop Tim Anderson during Saturday's game. Donaldson called Anderson Jackie in reference to Jackie Robinson.
Oh, geez. I assume he's black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anderson took offense. His manager, Tony La Russa, as well as his teammates, believe that Donaldson's comments were racially motivated. Two teams nearly fought in the game. When Donaldson came up to bat, Major League Baseball has completed the process of speaking to the individuals involved in this incident. There's no dispute over what was said on the field. Regardless of Mr. Donaldson's intent, the comment was directed towards Mr. Anderson, was disrespectful and in poor judgment, particularly when viewed in the context of their prior interactions. In addition, Mr. Donaldson's remark was a contributing factor in a bench-clearing incident between the teams and warrants discipline.
What are the prior incidents?
I don't know. They don't like each other.
Okay. I thought they would at least give examples and just leave it hanging there.
Excuse me. On Saturday, Anderson told reporters he just made a disrespectful comment. Basically, he was trying to call me Jackie Robinson. What's up, Jackie? I don't play like that. I don't really play at all. I wasn't really going to bother nobody today, but he made the comment, it was disrespectful, and I don't think it was called for. It was unnecessary. Tony La Russa slammed Donaldson. He made a racist comment. Donaldson, and that's all I'm going to say. That's as strong as it gets. This is the biggest bullshit story I've ever read in my life.
Really?
Yes.
So he didn't call him Jackie?
Yeah, he did.
What did he mean?
Oh, I know exactly what he meant.
Okay.
Okay. And this is the biggest bullshit story in the fucking country right now.
Okay.
Bullshit.
Interesting.
Yes. First off, can we stop at, if you called him Pigpen from Peanuts, fine. Okay, he basically called you the greatest player in one of the greatest players in the history of the game, broke down barriers. His numbers retired league-wide.
Yeah.
League-wide. So, be an insult to be called Jackie Robinson, first off. Here's the other problem with this. Okay. The comment was in reference to a 2019 interview with Sports Illustrated in which Anderson described himself as feeling like today's Jackie Robinson and how he's getting to a point where I need to change the game.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So now...
fucking rib him every time. Hey, Jackie.
Hey, Jackie. What's up, Jackie?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
See how that's the biggest bullshit story now? Does that make sense?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said. Well, that's why I was wondering what their history was, or
Yeah.
things like that. So
You're popping off an SI, calling yourself the
The new-
Jackie Robinson. You need to change the game. I'd be calling him Jackie every time. The whole crowd would be
chanting
Jackie, Jackie. He should get that in every ballpark he goes to.
yeah, I had no sympathy for that in the beginning, but I've come around full circle.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
I
no
knew
doubt.
you would. I knew
Oh,
you're a
my
fucking
God.
simple, clear-headed guy
Yeah.
that can just go, oh, yeah, that's bullshit. And
So did Donaldson not come out and just say that?
he said, my meaning is of that is not any term trying to be racist by any fact of the matter. Obviously, he deemed it disrespectful. And look, if he did, I apologize. That's not what I was trying to do by any manner, and that's what happened.
Yeah, but he didn't give an example of why it was Jackie, or that was just a caveat to the story. I'm wondering when Donaldson came out after the game and they were like, "Why?
Oh,
Hey, we heard you call Jackie."
He admitted to calling Anderson Jackie,
Yeah.
defending himself while saying that it was a misunderstanding. That this comment was in reference to this 2019.
That's what I'm saying. Did he
Yeah,
say
yes,
that
he
at the
did.
time? Okay,
Yeah.
or was that just
Yeah.
like the example of?
Yeah, that's where it came from. Was from this.
But that's probably not being reported, so it doesn't.
It's being reported a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's still he's really Major League Baseball looked at all this
Uh-huh.
and they decided to suspend him for a game.
Yeah.
He's appealing it, so he'll play it at night or whatever it was. It
Yeah.
was supposed to be Friday, but
Well, I think
Just
they can
stop.
they can probably get away with it just for inciting the bench clearing brawl by saying something. It doesn't have to be a racist comment.
Well-
but whatever it was disrespectful in that. I mean, it is. You're the one that
see,
said
you
it.
can't even
you fucking asshole.
You can't even rib your.
You can.
Come on, man.
Listen.
And-
I don't
and
agree with it. I'm
honestly-
just saying that they'll stand by the suspension. I bet
But-
you.
but to
it's only a
declare that-
game.
Yeah, no, it's
Take a
fine.
night off. Go have a beer.
Yeah, Tony La Russa going. Donaldson is racist. Ed's right there. That's all I have to say about it. Like, really?
Okay.
Really? Can we get a little context before you blow your fucking gasket
Yeah.
on someone? And the dust up there, so that happens on the field.
And
Well,
the Russo thing could have been right after the game before, and as Donaldson's doing his side and not hearing that side of it.
Yeah.
So that could be out of context in a way too.
Yeah.
Defending his player, assuming that it is a racist comment, but
So the bench clearing aspect of the story, Donaldson comes up to bat in the fifth inning.
yeah.
And the catcher fucking stands up and starts chirping at him because of the comment he made a couple innings ago about
why
Jackie.
just beat him?
Yeah.
Just beat him.
Good
That's
question.
baseball. That's baseball justice. I just assumed, but Donaldson will just get
Yeah.
beaned,
So-
3 or 4 times by the Yankees this year.
So the
Or by
catcher,
the whoever.
who wasn't involved in the dispute at all,
Yeah.
decides he's going to stand up and fucking puff up. And Donaldson's kind of puffed up, and
Yeah.
then the bench is clear. The pussy little baseball fights that break out.
Yeah, nothing really gets.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a few good ones.
Yeah. Oh, there have been some great ones.
Yeah.
But that most of the time it's just some
Yeah.
pushing and shoving.
Who's our guy? Mario? Rod.
Oh, Rod chasing the guy all
chasing-
around. That is the best.
Chasing the fucking
One of the best
Chinaman.
videos in the history of the world.
Yeah.
Japan, I assume.
Oh, was it Japan?
I
or,
assume the Japanese league over there.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
He fucking. I love it when it's like sped up to like the Benny Hill music or whatever that is.
Yeah, it's just great.
Yeah.
It's great. There's been a few too. I think is it fucking was it Ryan, the knuckleballer? Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan.
I think someone charged him and just got his face caved in by Ryan. Ryan just fucking backing up and just blasting. I think it
Yeah.
was Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, I remember seeing pictures of him getting in a fight. There's been some good ones.
Yeah.
The guy that came charging at the mound with like the flying kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember who that was, but
One of our guys did that, blew his knee out. Still pays for it today.
oh really?
Like Petrie or it wasn't Morris, but it was one of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, shit. I'm not gonna. I'll end there. I won't do it any justice.
There was one good one too. Joey Bats, Batista, whatever. It was a Blue Jay.
Mm-hmm.
He like did a dirty slide into second.
Came
And,
up cleats hot.
came up, and so they kind of stood up, and the guy gave him a little, like, hey man, fucking that was bullshit.
Yeah.
Joey kind of gave him a little push, and Joey's a big dude, but so is this guy. Gave him a little push, and dude just straight cracked him. I mean, just one of the best clean punches you'll ever see.
Really?
In a thing. Yeah, watch
Yeah.
Joey Bats because he puffs up like, what? You want some? I mean,
Say
to
it
knock him
again.
out or anything, but
Say it
everybody's
again.
there. Yeah, basically. Hey, how much money are you going to need in retirement? You sure you want to outlive your money? Having a plan today means you can adjust as your life changes. Retirement does not have to be a mystery. Contact Mark and Jay at LPL Financial today to learn the answer to one of the most important questions for your retirement. Call 248-626-2000 and ask for Mark or Jay.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
I don't know if I want to get into some of these stories.
Okay.
Maybe I will.
Decisions.
Yeah, I've some stories I've pushed off and done what I wanted to do today.
Okay.
There were some other stories from yesterday actually that I wouldn't mind getting to. A couple of them. Kurt Cobain's guitar sold.
Okay.
From
What about a shotgun?
that would probably be worth quite a bit.
More than his guitar, I bet.
I don't know about that. So there's probably some morbid collectors out there that would love to get their hands on that shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spent shells, whatever else. But no, this is the Teen Spirit guitar
Okay.
from the video.
Yeah.
So you can picture the left-handed blue and white Fender
Mm-hmm.
that he's playing in that. Sold for, guess.
Oh, I don't know value on this stuff, but I'll say that sold for $2 million.
4.55 million.
4.5. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? And I don't hate this. If you've got the money, honestly, if I had the means and the money, I'd buy all the iconic guitars.
Sure.
I could. If I was a billionaire, it was like 4.5 million. I'll take two.
Yeah.
So it was in a bidding war won by.
Doesn't Irsay have a ton of those? Jim Irsay?
It was in a bidding war won by Indianapolis Colts owner
Oh,
Jim Irsay.
hey, look at me.
And he does have an incredible collection.
Unbelievable collection. Yeah.
Yes. So Kurt
I think he's got the Wolf.
I think he does too.
Yeah.
Yep. I believe he does. I think he's got a Dylan. The Wolf is Garcia's guitar.
Yeah. Yeah.
The famous.
Because he'll loan that out. He lets some of those guys play it once in a while. It's at certain shows, different things.
He sounds like a good curator too.
Yeah.
Like he's got a whole museum dedicated to this
Right on.
stuff, which is like awesome.
Yeah.
to
Fuck
me.
yeah.
The
Than just some private collector just to take it and hoard it,
Yeah.
Yeah, good for him.
Irsay seems like a funny dude.
He's, I mean, beloved as far as I know. He had
Yeah.
a little legal trouble, I think, at one point there.
Oh, well, here's the thing. Drew grew up with Irsay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were neighbors in Chicago, and they were like best buds. And so him and Irsay, the Irsays were fucking loaded rich.
Oh, big time, yeah.
And so Drew is
Because that's the kid, right? The dad was,
Yes, exactly. So there was, I don't remember what the father Irsay was,
He was something. Yeah.
but he was a drunk, I believe. Jim was a drunk, and he and Drew partied all the fucking time, like in high school and shit like that, smoking weed in his room. They'd get hammered. Imagine this. They'd get hammered in Irsay's bedroom, and then they'd fucking buzz the intercom for the chef at like 3 a.m. and order fillets. And it turned into a fucking thing because they're like, guys, you can't keep buzzing the chef to wake up at 3 a.m. to make you drunk assholes filet mignon.
But I'm hungry, Dad.
I'm hungry.
Why do we have them then?
Go make your own. But it sounds like there was mountains of shit going on. And yeah, Irsay's given some drunken press conferences. I don't want to confuse him with his dad,
Yeah.
but Irsay's had some issues over the
Yeah,
years.
no, but he had something. I mean, a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
Was it maybe a DUI? Might have
Maybe.
been something like that. I can't remember exactly.
He's
what it
had
was.
some issues.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But,
It's a party,
who
and you
hasn't?
got the money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Never ending party.
Definitely.
So I asked Drew, do you think you could still get a hold of him? He's like, yeah, probably. I was like, we should get a hold of him.
Yeah.
Let's fucking call that
Be a
dude.
good talk.
Yeah, probably. Talk about the early days of Drew Lane running around with Jim Irsay, just
Yeah, right.
fucking power-hungry, drunk assholes.
That'd be funny.
Hilarious. So it's Kurt played the blue and white 1969 Fender Mustang left-handed guitar to record the band's 91 album. The guitar was used in the music video for the song. The instrument, which Cobain acquired from a Los Angeles guitar shop in 1990, was later used in many live Nirvana performances. The guitar case and strap sold for 7 times its £500,000, they say. So it's probably, what is it, $650,000. Estimate with Julian's Auctions of California. Cobain said of it in his final interview with Guitar World, I'm left-handed. It's not very easy to find reasonably priced, high-quality left-handed guitars. But out of all the guitars in the world, In the whole world, the Fender Mustang is my favorite. I've only owned 2 of them. Irsay, who's worth an estimated $3.5 billion, is a major guitar collector, having bought instruments previously owned by Elvis Presley, George Harrison, Prince, Bob Dylan, Dave Gilmour, and you're 100% right. He owns the Wolf.
I think so.
Yeah.
Did they not mention Jerry?
They didn't mention Jerry.
Fuckers.
I think he owns a couple of Jerry's guitars.
Yeah, he might.
Like his most famous ones.
Yeah. I saw because Gilmour sold all his a few years ago,
Yeah.
like to donate
Pink
all the
Floyd,
money. Yeah.
Like Dark Side of the Moon was
Yeah.
recorded.
Yeah, all those guitars sold, his whole collection, or most of it, whatever.
Yeah.
To donate all the money.
Yeah.
Wow, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Cobain family will donate a portion of the proceeds of the sale to a mental health initiative run by the Irsays, Kicking the Stigma. And here's your check for $5,000. We said a portion.
Yes, we didn't say what
We
portion.
didn't say what portion, but
Yes.
here's your check for $500.
There you go.
Good luck with
Don't
kicking
spend it all in one place.
No, Kicking the Stigma. We are on board. I will wear my T-shirt proudly.
It may be a little more important to them than that.
Money's important to everybody, though.
Yeah.
you know?
Who's running that?
What do you mean?
His estate.
Yeah, Courtney.
Is it? That's
think
what I was
so.
wondering.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like Yoko Ono with John Lennon.
Yeah.
You know, she was married to him at the time.
Oh yeah. Then she's probably keeping all that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. $5,000 check. It's very nice donation.
Yeah.
You know, Darren Julian, chief CEO of Julian's Auction, said to have this legendary guitar, one of the most culturally significant and historically important guitars of Kurt Cobain and in all of rock music history, to return to Indiana to be a part of Jim Irsay's renowned memorabilia collection is a great honor and personal highlight of my life. This once-in-a-lifetime auction has been one of the greatest privileges in my professional career, and I'm duly pleased that the proceeds will also bring much-needed attention to mental health awareness. Cobain's acoustic guitar from the Unplugged performance sold for $6 million at auction in June 2020.
Really?
The 1959 Martin D18E, which was often out of tune, was expected to fetch between $1 and $2 million at the online music icon sale hosted by Julian's, but it ended up breaking the record for most expensive guitar. The lot came with the guitar case that he used, which has a poster of Poison Idea's album Feel the Darkness on it, whilst inside is a bunch of guitar strings, picks, and a stash bag.
Oh shit.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, that'd be great. Get a hold of something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm good. I'm glad it went to a good home.
Yeah.
It's funny I called the Irsay shot.
Hell yeah. I'm surprised you remember that. But yeah, Irsay's got a great collection. Didn't he lend? There was a story there. There's a story about him lending the Wolf to a kid to play or something. Like someone.
Yeah, I mean
reached out
he's
to him.
given it. I mean he's loaned it out quite a few times. I know Warren Haynes has played it a few times. I think he's lent it out to J-Rad. Joey Russo's Almost Dead. I don't know all specifics, but I know that it's gotten around. It's had some play here and there.
I thought we did a story on this T months ago, and I'll screw up the details. But like a kid reached out to him who was just like a huge Dead fan, and he invited him over to see it and play it.
Maybe.
Does that ring a bell to you?
Sounds. I mean, not specifically, but sounds like something he'd do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is cool. Like I said, to have that stuff be accessible like that is pretty awesome.
Yeah. We'll do one more story. Monkeypox.
Ah, yeah.
Monkeypox.
Used to call good weed monkey paw.
Really? Why monkeypox?
Because if you got a bud that looked like that, get it.
Get it?
Yeah.
Go get you that monkey paw. Sexual transmission at 2 festivals in Europe may have sparked the world's escalating monkeypox outbreak, World Health Organization expert has claimed. Dr. David Heyman.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, man. Dr. Heyman revealed it was the leading theory behind the origins of the current cluster of cases. We know monkeypox can spread when there is close contact with the lesions of someone who is infected, and it looks like sexual contact has now amplified that transmission.
Did somebody fuck a monkey to get this in the first place?
No.
Oh,
Maybe.
all right.
It looks, it's very possible that there was somebody who got infected, developed lesions, and these are like blistering
Yeah, how can you?
on your dick,
Come
on your
on.
hands.
You're
your
still going to go
feet.
do it, you sick fuck.
Yeah.
Oh.
Developed lesions.
No, don't suck it. I'm just going to put it in.
Yeah. Developed. So it's very possible somebody got infected, developed lesions on the genitals, hands, or somewhere else, and then spread it to others when there was sexual or close physical contact. And then there were these international events that seeded the outbreak around the world into the U.S. and other countries. Health chiefs have already begun tracing cases back to the Grand Canarian Gay Pride Festival, attended up by 80,000 people between May 5th and the 15th. 10 days.
That's a big festival.
That's a lot of fucking going on,
That
too.
is, yes, that's
Tremendous. You can't even imagine. 80,000 people for 10 days at a gay pride?
Yeah, do the math on that.
4 a day?
Probably. Yeah, I was going to say that's not just like one off.
Okay. I mean, if you're getting that ass,
Yeah, let's average it out to 2, because there's going to be the 4s. There's going to be a couple of nuns, that strike out. So let's average it out to 2 a day.
okay.
Yeah.
So we'll say 80,000 people
Times 2 a day,
is
160 for 10 days.
160.
It's 1.6 million.
Hold on. So that's 160,000?
Yeah,
Wait. 80,000 people
twice a day.
Okay. Hold on. I suck at math.
I know. I just did it. 106,000 for 10 days. 1.6
Times
million.
10. 0.6 million cases of butt fucking.
Yeah,
And that's conservative.
that's a lot of
That's-
that's a lot of butt fucking. Yeah,
Yeah.
and 9
It's a
condoms
miracle they
used.
only got like 20 cases out of that. It's not bad. Take
Yeah.
that.
Yet.
Every gay guy I know would take those out.
Yet,
Yet.
right?
Meanwhile, 3 cases in Belgium have been linked to the Darklands, a large-scale fetish festival in Antwerp held from May 5th to the 8th. Spanish health chiefs also linked many cases to a single sauna in Madrid.
Oh boy, yeah, there it
boy.
started. Then it went to a rave. And then it went to a fetish festival.
Yeah.
And now you have monkeypox.
So what is the event? Darklands Festival. This looks like the pups. Remember we saw that congressman
Yeah.
where you have to bark?
Yeah.
And he's got the little pup dressed up like puppies.
Yeah, I'm sure there's quite a bit of leather and studs and ball gags.
It's one of those.
Yeah. The gimp.
The fetish festival said it combines education, entertainment, shopping, and parties.
Okay.
And loads of butt fucking.
Yeah. that
Right?
too.
They left that part out of the end. I added that for them.
Yep. Well, that's
Um,
to be, just assumed.
Yeah. Education, entertainment, shopping, and parties.
Maybe that's
Oh,
included
God, it
in
sounds-
entertainment and parties.
all the videos I've seen, it's just like
Right?
just fucking
Yeah.
tripping lights, people dressed up as dogs, being run around on leashes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you, man?
Yeah. Just
Do
keep your
you.
monkeypox the fuck out of it.
Health officials
Do
confirmed-
you, but if you have giant lesions on your dick,
Yeah,
put it away.
put it away.
Yeah.
Take
You
it
sit
home.
this one out. Take a knee.
It only
Literally.
takes
Take 2 knees if you have to. Just keep your dick in the pants.
Yeah.
Do society a favor.
Stick it in a bag of rice, whatever you got to do. Turn that thing around. Dude, monkeypox isn't going to kill any of these people anyways.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Like
it's-
chicken pox? I don't even know what it does.
Eh,
A little worse.
well,
Chicken pox are like little red ones on your face. Now this is like
your
big-
whole body. I had chicken
Yeah,
pox
whatever.
everywhere. That
that's
sucks.
just all you saw back then. I guess, but
But the lesions are blisters, and so they boil up. They're fucking disgusting looking. There's no avoiding. You got them all over your dick shaft and your hands. I know. But then it needs to drain, scab over, and that scab is still contagious.
okay.
So that scab needs to fall off, and the new skin needs to regrow, and then you're good.
All right.
That's when you're not contagious anymore.
Yeah.
So it's a process.
So yeah, you're talking a couple weeks there probably.
Yeah, at least. But it's not going to kill you probably.
All right.
So health officials confirmed 3 cases among visitors at Darklands. There's a reason to assume that the virus has been brought in by visitors from abroad to the festival. The theory marks a significant departure from the disease's typical pattern of spread in Central and Western Africa, where people are mainly infected by animals like wild rodents and primates.
All right.
Nothing's changed then.
No, not really.
Health officials say the most known cases in Europe have been among men who have sex with men. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But anyone can be infected through close contact with a sick person, their clothing, or their bed sheets. Dr. Andrea Ammon, the director of the European Center for Disease Prevention and Control.
So this is just skin to skin. If you get that fucking pus on you, it's over.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You can imagine how dark it is in there. You're not.
Oh,
you're
right?
not. You're
No.
not lifting a shaft.
Oh, and you're
to
just
check
as
the
you're like
lesions.
grinding on somebody, they're just popping and just fucking
Yeah.
spraying all over.
It's
Oh.
a lubed up mess to begin
Oh,
with. So
God,
it's
right?
just
Oh, you're
one
sweating.
more.
Oh.
I'm sweating monkeypox all over you. And you're just jamming it in the ass. Oh, my
Jesus.
God.
Fuck.
The likelihood of further spread of the virus through close contact, for example, during sexual activities among persons with multiple sexual partners, is considered to be high. And again, the Darklands Fetish Festival in Antwerp says they combine education, entertainment, shopping, and parties as well. And loads of butt fucking.
Yeah, don't forget that part.
How deadly is it? Well, monkeypox is usually mild. Most patients recovering within a few weeks without treatment. Yet the disease kills up to 10% of cases. But this high rate is thought to be due to a lack of historic lack of testing, meaning that a 10th of known cases have died rather than a 10th of all infections.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't even go to the doctor. And,
Yeah, right.
What are the symptoms? Okay.
Pussy blisters on your dick.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Okay.
Early signs of the virus include a fever, headache, muscle aches, backache, swollen lymph nodes, chills, and exhaustion. So basically everything.
Oh, fuck.
Could be the flu.
I got monkeypox.
Yeah.
Shit.
You got monkeypox. But its most unusual feature is a rash that often begins on the face, then spreads to other parts of the body, hands, feet, and panoos.
Yeah, that's time to go get her checked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start getting pussy blisters on your dome.
Yeah, it starts on your face. Once you get the rash on your face, go a little
Go in.
calamine lotion, whatever that is.
Look into it.
See if that takes care of it. Maybe you got yourself a little poison ivy, poison oak, got into something you don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it starts spreading, it's time to move on.
Yeah. All right, let's do a couple emails and call it here, T.
Let's.
All right. This apologist narrative from you is in vast contrast to the Officer Walters of old. I wish he was back and working as the police chief at St. Clair Shores. Our force has gotten extremely lax over the last few years, but maintains a strong presence, effing with high school smokers while blue-haired emo freaks run free on my streets, and inconsiderate criminals keep their cars parked in my streets overnight without tickets. Unacceptable. We need Chief Walters here. Yesterday, he was a law and order man.
Okay.
Yeah. All I said, dude, I'm a law and order man too. No doubt about it. But
Sure.
I just took issue with some of the practices of the Ferguson Police Department. It seemed like targeting. It seemed like intimidation. It seemed like it seemed more bullyish.
My nephew goes to Purdue. He's a sophomore. He's 20. And he was at I think it was at a game or something, whatever it was, outside. He was waiting for his friend. And he goes in his pocket. He pulls his vape pen. Tobacco. Just hits one thing. Let me see your ID. Fucking got busted for fucking smoking at 20. Hitting a vape pen at 20.
Are you kidding me?
Swear to God.
They didn't do anything.
No.
To him.
He was like, I got busted for smoking my vape pen. I was like, dude, you smoking my vape? He was like, oh, fucking cigarette, my vape pen. I'm like,
Wow.
oh my God, it's 21 now. I forgot.
Oh, it is? So they were really coming.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he got popped for it.
That's hilarious. Hopefully they just let him go and didn't even give him a ticket.
He got a ticket. Yeah.
Did?
Yeah. And then had to explain to my sister he was smoking.
Oh my God. Good luck with that.
Wasn't
Alicia.
mine. I was holding it for my friend.
I remember cops rolled
Oh,
up
actually,
on
I take
us
it back.
once.
That actually is true. It wasn't his. It was his friend's. And he was...
Dog ate my homework.
No. It actually was his friend's. He was hanging on. He was holding on to it or something because for whatever. And he hit it. But it really wasn't his, but he hit it, and then the cop fucking got him while he was hitting it.
Dude, we had a situation. I don't think I've ever told this on the show, but I was with Nash, Joe David, a few of those guys. And you know me, I don't like weed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't smoke weed. I did dabbled in high school a little bit, but it just wasn't my jam.
Yep.
You know, there were plenty of other drugs I liked better. But we were going to the beach or something. Can't remember where maybe in San Diego. No, it was here. So we must have been going to
Because David went to Australia
for a while, yeah. But we were in a parking garage and unloading the car, and Nash, I think it was Nash, hands me a big fucking bag of weed. He's like, "Hold this for me while I'm pulling everything out of the car." I'm like, "Yeah." Cops come flying up. One of us was Joe David was taking a piss. And the two cop cars, lights. And dude, I didn't know. I panicked. I took this fucking giant bag of weed and I just threw it under the car.
Yeah.
Under the car.
Okay.
And they're running up, dealing with Joe taking a leak, or I was taking a leak, whatever it was. But in front of two cops, they're looking at me, and I'm just like, bonk, right under the car. They never fucking spotted it. Never flashlighted under the car. Shit. Yeah, I might have given us a tape, but it was enough.
Yeah.
Back then.
Right.
Back in 92.
Yeah.
You know,
it was illegal back then.
Illegally. It was, dude, it was probably a quarter pound too. I don't know how much that shit weighs, but it was a big ass fucking bag. I remember that. Anyway.
Probably not.
I probably would have, but it was like, if these guys pat me down, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
I don't even smoke weed.
Yeah, it wasn't
I'm
mine.
going to take the rap for you clowns. I
Yeah.
don't even like this shit.
Just take off running.
Yeah. Yeah, back then I could. Massey Show. Fellas, after listening to the Massey Show, I've learned that our grandparents and parents had the bright mindset. They never talk politics or express their political views in any social setting. I believe they were wise in making this decision. They knew it was going to be an endless and pointless argument, and they would rather enjoy the company of the people who had a good soul and were fun to be around. I think that people have gotten away from this mindset because of social media, and most feuds could be avoided if it wasn't for social media. Overall, most Republicans and Democrats want the same thing, to be happy, to take care of their families and loved ones, and just be a good person. With that said, let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, it's very well said. It's absolutely right.
Yeah. That's why we've said it that way.
Exactly. Yeah, verbatim almost.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. And
Yeah,
a lot of
but
people
just more
feeling
people
it.
need to understand that and think that way and
Yeah.
believe that way.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Yeah.
Walters at DetroitCast.com. So keep your emails coming. We love reading them. Patreon.com/TDC Podcast. Sign up. Show your support. Exclusive content you'll love. There's a tier for everyone, I promise. We're adding more content all the time.
You're going to get in so much trouble for doing this at the end of the
I
show.
know. Well, you know what? We had Trav here, and he was kind of in a rush, so I pushed it off
I
a
know.
little bit. But, yeah, I'll make up for it tomorrow. Keep using the Amazon link, mypillow.com, mystore.com. Click on the radio link, and then you use TDC code.
Very good explanation yesterday. How to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Well, I'll explain it better tomorrow when we have more time. How
Okay.
about that?
Deal.
All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. The Woke Bay's coming in tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Looking forward to that.
His name's Garrett. It was like, fine. You want to go with a boring ass Garrett?
No wonder why
It's
they
like,
change
dude,
it.
fucking Woke Bay is where it's at. I'm calling you the Woke Bay. So we'll look forward to the Woke Bay. We'll talk about his experience growing up, because he's young, as a gay man, but thought he was trans for quite a few years. And we'll see. I think, he's a big fan of this show.
Yeah, really looking forward to getting that perspective.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it should
definitely.
be good. So we'll welcome the Woke Bay in tomorrow. And
And the fag department.
he's heading the fag department.
You better tell him to have his mission statement ready.
He sent it, he said.
Well, he's
in
going to have
email.
to. He's going to have to do it.
But I haven't
live.
gotten it.
He's going to have to do it live.
Okay.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of the day. We'll see you tomorrow.